The airwaves crackled with tension. Labour MP Lucy Powell, leader of the House of Commons, sat poised for a routine interview on BBC Radio 4's Any Questions. But her response to a seemingly innocuous question about a Channel 4 documentary on grooming gangs sent shockwaves through the political landscape. "Oh, we want to blow that little trumpet now, do we? Yeah, okay, let's get that dog whistle out," she quipped, her words dripping with disdain. The reaction was swift and brutal. Powell's use of the term dog whistle, often used to describe coded language with racist or prejudiced undertones, struck a nerve. Had a high-ranking Labour MP just downplayed the horrific crimes of grooming gangs? The very suggestion sent a chill down the spines of listeners, particularly victims and their families who have long accused authorities of turning a blind eye to the issue. Social media erupted in a firestorm of outrage. The hashtag #LucyPowell trended alongside #GroomingGang scandal, a toxic cocktail of anger, accusations and demands for accountability. Powell's words, whether intended or not, had opened a Pandora's box of pain, frustration and simmering distrust in the political establishment. The question on everyone's lips, was this a gaffe, a miscalculation, or something far more sinister? The Conservatives, smelling blood in the water, wasted no time in launching a full-scale assault. Leading the charge was Shadow Home Secretary Chris Philp, his voice a mixture of righteous anger and calculated outrage. For Lucy Powell to try to dismiss these horrific crimes as some sort of political game is truly appalling, he thundered, demanding her immediate resignation. He was joined by a chorus of Conservative MPs, each eager to capitalise on Labour's discomfort. Shadow Justice Secretary Robert Jenrick accused Powell of being part of the problem, her words indicative of a deeper culture of denial and cover-up within the Labour Party. The accusations flew thick and fast, painting a picture of a party more concerned with protecting its own than safeguarding vulnerable children. The pressure on Powell mounted with each passing hour. Her initial attempts to clarify her remarks on Twitter only seemed to fan the flames. "I was challenging the political point scoring around these horrific crimes, not the issue itself," she insisted. But her pleas fell on deaf ears. The court of public opinion had already delivered its verdict, guilty of insensitivity at best, complicit in a cover-up at worst. As the storm raged around her, Lucy Powell found herself trapped in a political maelstrom of her own making. Her initial defiance gave way to a more conciliatory tone as she realized the gravity of the situation. In a carefully worded statement, she expressed deep regret if her remarks had caused any offense, emphasizing her unwavering commitment to tackling child sexual exploitation in all its forms. She spoke of her experience as a constituency MP, dealing firsthand with the devastating impact of grooming gangs on victims and their families. She highlighted her party's commitment to addressing the issue, pointing to Labour's promise of launching 5 local inquiries into grooming gangs. But her words, however heartfelt, seemed to ring hollow in the face of the overwhelming public anger. The damage, it seemed, had already been done. Her dog whistle comment had cut deep, reopening old wounds and fueling a sense of betrayal among those who felt let down by those in power. Whether her words were a genuine misstep or a calculated attempt to deflect attention from Labour's own failings, the result was the same. A political firestorm that threatened to engulf her career and cast a long shadow over her party. The controversy surrounding Lucy Powell's remarks did not emerge in a vacuum. It landed against a backdrop of heightened scrutiny of historical sex abuse cases, particularly those involving grooming gangs. The recent Channel 4 documentary, Groomed: A National Scandal, had shone a spotlight on the horrific experiences of victims, many of whom felt failed by the authorities tasked with protecting them. The documentary sparked a national conversation, forcing politicians from all sides to confront uncomfortable truths about the prevalence of grooming gangs and the systemic failures that allowed them to flourish. It also exposed the political fault lines surrounding the issue, with accusations of cover-ups, political correctness, and a reluctance to address the uncomfortable reality of the perpetrators' backgrounds. The Labour Party, already grappling with accusations of mishandling anti-Semitism within its ranks, found itself on the defensive once again. The Conservatives, sensing an opportunity to exploit Labour's vulnerabilities, seized on the issue, portraying themselves as the true champions of victims' rights. Lost in the political manoeuvring were the voices of those most affected, the survivors of grooming gangs who deserve justice, support, and a commitment to ensuring that such horrors are never repeated.